One of the strangest things about silver is that it almost always makes sense after the fact. In the moment, it feels confusing, contradictory, sometimes even broken. But later, when the move is obvious, the logic suddenly looks clear. That's not because silver is irrational. It's because most people are looking at the market forward, when silver only explains itself backward. When price is moving sideways, people ask what's wrong. When silver hesitates, they search for missing news. When volatility fades, confidence drains. But those quiet periods are often when the most important work is happening. Silver doesn't move when the story is clear. It moves when the story has already exhausted everyone who needed clarity first. This is why silver trends rarely begin with excitement. They begin with boredom, with doubt, with frustration, with people slowly disengaging. By the time silver finally moves, the explanation feels obvious. Of course it broke out. Of course fundamentals mattered. Of course it was inevitable. But none of that felt obvious beforehand. The mistake most investors make is assuming understanding must come first, that clarity must precede movement. But in silver, clarity usually comes after. And this is why watching headlines rarely helps. Why waiting for confirmation usually arrives too late, and why the people who benefit most are often the ones who stayed when nothing made sense. Silver doesn't reward prediction, it rewards presence. The willingness to stay engaged without demanding constant explanation, to tolerate ambiguity without assuming failure. Once you understand this, you stop trying to force silver to explain itself. You let the structure do its work. You let pressure resolve on its own timeline, and you stop mistaking confusion for danger. This is how silver has always moved: quiet first, clear later. And this is why hindsight feels so convincing, and foresight feels so uncomfortable. This is the framework I use to stay grounded through silver cycles. Not predictions, not targets, not headlines, but behavior, structure, and how markets clear pressure over time. If you've watched this series, you now understand silver in a way most people never do. Not because you can predict it, but because you can stay with it. And that's the real edge.